Alright, folks. Good evening. Hello. And welcome to another session of our Dawn of the Dales. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by the majority of our lovely and endearing players this evening.
Hello.
And speaking of lovely and endearing, these maps could be potentially lovely and endearing if you're into such things. If you are, go check them out on the Patreon. Patreon.com/DungeonMister. That's me. If you're not, that's okay. We've got other things for you. That's the dragon side of things. The adventure part, I guess. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, last time, as the group eventually reunited at Serpent's Bridge, quickly discovered they were not alone. A dilapidated tower stood along the eastern shore, jutting into the road, and manned by two elves who claimed they had been hired to keep watch and ensure the bridge remained safe. Their story quickly fell apart, however, when the elves grew hostile and a fight broke out. One was killed. Arabella forced her way into the tower's lower floor, only to discover literal skeletons hidden beneath the stairs. Animated and attacked, and were quickly dealt with, leaving the remaining elf easily restrained. Beneath the skeletons, Arabella discovered a trap door leading to an occupied common room below. Didn't really alert, but the remaining elf offered little information, only insisting that the people downstairs were strange, weirdos in their own words, and that they had been paid to keep watch. A ruse from above eventually sent the occupants below rushing upstairs, ready for a fight. Proved to be a formidable trio, wielding morning stars with frightening speed and strength. Quickly overwhelmed the party, knocking Aaron unconscious and even taking the orb of Damar that he carried. However, their advantage did not last. Their captain became consumed by dark energies. The party managed to bring him down with a combination of magic and steel. Eventually, the three attackers were defeated. Not before leaving some of the group badly battered themselves. Now, that's where we're going to pick up. You guys were on the bridge. Serpent's Bridge. Arabella's going to take a breather. Leaving us with some bodies. What are you guys up to? I believe you just searched them a moment ago, and Aaron picked up the orb, the old Ralorn, and that's where we left off.
That didn't really teach us anything.
Should we just go explore down where they were? There might be something down there.
Not gonna be able to take the big guy downstairs.
No, I'm not able to take him downstairs, unfortunately. He's gonna have to stand guard outside, I guess.
Maybe we take a little bit of a breather before we go down.
Yeah, we can try, figure out what exactly we're here for. These people were obviously looking for the Sunstone. You think they're tied to the towers? Do they know more than we think?
Possibly.
Well, the sunstone was in the morning mist hall, correct?
And that's where we met the cultists the first time. Oh, well, whatever we want to call them. I don't know. Cult seems appropriate, but who knows?
Do you think they may have another one of them half dragons down there? Maybe even a full dragon?
It's entirely
hope not.
possible. It is possible.
If we're gonna, should we go down there right now, or take a little hour to breed?
Well, I could use a bit of a break.
I could. I mean, I want to say now don't break, but
From what the elves said, they pretty much keep to themselves down there, so there's a decent chance they won't. If there's anyone still down there, they're not coming up. But be on watch anyway, just in case.
all right. Let's take a little short rest and.
So where are you taking said short rest, and what are you doing during said short rest?
Oh, inside the tower.
Just right.
Or the first floor.
Okie doke.
We'll just
Yeah.
And I'll just be sitting at the table. I'll go
There
through
is
my
one
spellbook.
chair that's not broken. Downstairs. The other chairs are definitely in disarray. The one chair that isn't broken does look like it's been used. There's a shitty map of the area that it doesn't really show too much. It just shows the road. It would show the road to Freedale and to here. That's really about it, though. Like a good path. But yeah, taking a little bit of a breather. Everyone roll me a d20.
Not 20.
All right, Ralorn.
11.
60.
I'm gonna go with Ralorn. He rolled that 20. I like that.
That's it. Yeah.
Dacron, you rolled good too, so don't feel bad.
The only one I'll get all night.
That's true. We'll say you might hear it. Ralorn, you will smell it. Stronger scent. Say during the rest, Dacron, you might hear in the distance, uncertain where. It sounds like some scratching or something. Probably some animal in the distance. Who knows? Ralorn. The wind. The door is propped open, especially with a dead person right there. The shield guardian's standing watch. It's not like anything's coming in or anything like that. If you recall, the dead person was kind of wedged in the doorway. So it'll take some effort to remove them, which can be done. But there's an arrow slit in there. Wind would be wafting in every now and then. Ralorn, you would get a distinct scent of You get a faint scent of musty earth. Almost a sharp, foul smell. On your nose.
Maybe able to know exactly what it is with that smell, or
With a nat 20, it would smell distinctly reptilian.
definitely let the others know there's something akin to a reptile nearby.
And it is not coming from below. The trapdoor is closed. Something wafting in from outside. But
Something headed in our direction.
it doesn't seem to be moving. I would say that. And you guys do get a short rest easily. I would say during the course of this short rest is when you would, every now and then you would pick up that scent, and like at the end of it, like Dacron, you would hear that sounds like scratching on stone every now and then. Yeah, distinct scratching on stone noise. And Ralorn, you pick up that scent a few times. Absolutely. But rest is had. Are you sure you don't want to use more hit dice? As you complete your short rest, what do you do? What's the plan? How do you proceed? Where do you go from here?
And downstairs? Or try to find that reptilian creature.
Well, before we do anything, Ralorn, how about 17 more? I'll charge it.
Give him the juice.
Extra D8.
He's juiced.
21. And then I'm going to use the Pearl of Power to restore that spell slot.
It was just a level 1 spell slot. Oh, wait, no.
No.
Pearl of Powers, yeah.
Up to 3 unless...
Yes.
Yep.
That checks out. Fair enough.
Yep, I rolled 3 ones.
And so it begins.
78 got 21. It's an average of 3. Well, if it's not headed in our direction, I don't know that we need to worry about it, like, pincering us in or blocking our escape. But
I mean, we got the guardian if it tries to come and block our escape. So we go downstairs.
Seems dangerous, but that's what we're here for.
All right, Robin's gonna go and open the hatch. And how far down is it?
It's a good 30 feet.
Okay, and then he's gonna take the ladder and slide down on the ladder.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, 30 feet. And heading down 30 feet, this actually pretty sturdy wooden ladder leads into a space the same size as the space above, though off center. It is, I would say the top of the ceiling in here would be kind of vaulted just from like it's been roughed out of stone before you actually see worked stone and brick laid down. A simple table sits in the center with a wrought iron torch, 2 wooden beds with no mats, just little dirty blankets. Some roots would be digging into the walls here. In the corner, or in one corner, would be a brazier decorated with humanoid skulls. In one end of the room would stand a cabinet. Looks like a tall dresser or wardrobe. And there would be 2 doors in this room as well. Both wooden with loose iron fittings. And one heading north and one heading east. I will bring you below, so bear with me. Grab a camera too. And there you are. How would you like to proceed?
I suppose this is where those 2 were. Or more than 2. Just look around and see if there's signs of traffic. Which way do people normally go?
Sure. Give me a survival check. Looking around for foot traffic.
13.
Say it was the 13. The majority of actual foot traffic would go northward. It would seem more scuffed and used. The right door would seem less used and more, well, just less used. Let's say with a
Glad we
13,
don't
you
do
might
that.
get the distinct note of blood at the base of the door here, the north one. And also, I'll say while the background's doing that, Ralorn, Aaron, anything? I don't know what it means when you just click.
He's muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Ron's gonna check if he can hear anything through this door right there beside him.
All right, give me a perception check. Aaron, anything from you? Ralorn's giving a listen.
Nat
Sticking
one.
Close. Sticking close to Ralorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ralorn? You start to hear waves lapping up. Sounds like the ocean behind there. Maybe it's a tunnel. No, it's the ocean. Yeah. That wind. Huh? That's what you hear.
All right, and he's come. You would definitely see a confused look on his face.
See him just plant his ear entirely up against the door.
Yeah.
It doesn't like cup or anything, like just kind of like plants.
What is it that you hear?
Waves, wind, confusing.
The river would have been on the other side, so perhaps there's a cave where they bring in their supplies or leave from without being detected. I don't know. It's only one way to find out.
Maybe check it out. Yeah.
Open the door. All right, opening the door as you would literally open the door.
That door is locked.
Can't do anything about that.
How sturdy does the door look?
It's a wooden door. I'd say it would have kind of rusty iron framings. Yeah. I mean, it's as sturdy as it's not like interior doors made these days, but it's probably a good thick interior door. You're a big, strong man. I don't know.
Yeah. Swear in a crowbar, but I don't see it. All right, guys. I got.
You don't.
Yeah, he's gonna take the crow.
You're a human, or you have advantage on those things, anyways.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
you're a
he's
warrior
gonna,
crowbar.
He's gonna put his axe on his back, and with his shoulder, he's gonna back away a little bit, give him some momentum, and try to break the door open.
Okay, give me that athletics check. As you know, you do have advantage because you're a
15.
champion. With a 15. That actually is enough for this one. It wasn't so much as a lock as it was like a miniature safety lock. One of those, like it caught something as the door shut. It wasn't a true lock. As what are those things called? Like the bolt, not the bolt. Not a deadbolt, but the latch thing with the chains.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called, but you see them. Seen them in movies all the time. I used to have one on a door a long time ago. But
There's
it would be one
hotel
that kind
room.
of like catches as the door shut, and that's what you were pushing against. As you do, though, I will need a dexterity save. Actually, I'm sorry, con save.
Con save.
Yeah, so it'll be that.
So
Still
plus
keep
5.
that 8, just plus 5 instead. 13. You take 1 point of piercing damage and 7 points of poison damage as a small stinger of venom shoots into you. But you bash the door open, leading into a small bedroom. Oh, I don't want to call it nicer, but it is nicer than this one. A long table along the northern wall sits some sort of bowl resting a single candle. On one end of the table is a bowl of incense, several sticks already lit. The scent definitely harsh on your nostrils, Ralorn. Almost kind of feel... I don't want to say intoxicating, but it's a pleasant scent. On one end of the table is a large skull, draconic in form, large lizard-like skull. A plain couch, wooden with some cushionings on it. A mat stands on one end of the room, along with a larger dresser. And there's a plain, very dirty rug in here. It's been here for a while. But he's got one. This was Applejay's room. I remember Applejay. Good times, right?
I'm just gonna step
Shall we?
in real quick. Yeah, he's gonna step in and go to the side, so everyone else can step in.
A dead end.
Someone's room. Perhaps if they were important enough to have their own room, maybe they have something that can help explain what's going on here. Can I look at the table and see if it has any significant, like, is it a religious ceremony, any kind of, what was going on?
Absolutely. Give me a religion check. While Dacron is looking over the table, Ralorn, Aaron, what are you doing in this stretch of time?
I'll see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know if he's here. He can go to the locker.
You can both look at the locker if you'd like.
Sure.
Or which one of you clicked in the locker? He's muted. Aaron, you're not muted, so I'm going to go with you first.
No, that's good. You can look at it. I was gonna look under the bed.
You can both.
the bed.
Yeah. Aaron, you can look in the locker. Ralorn, you look in the bed. Aaron, the locker is not locked. But inside the locker, you would note there is a couple of cloaks, which would almost look like Kind of reminds you of your own wings a little bit, but more tattered. Kind of like handmade, like someone took a perfectly good cloak or poncho and cut it to look like kind of outstretched wings, or kind of like draped wings falling down. There's two of these. Actually, there's one. Yeah, two of these ponchos. They would just be simple. Actually, these would both be purple. And they would have slight motifs of black along the rim of the neck of these ones. There would also be some like bits of clothing and stuff like that, but what would probably strike out most to you in this space is a singular piece of metal that glints with blues and silvers and golds. Jagged. It looks dangerous. Double-ended spear or javelin. Marks of... Yeah, I would say it's jagged. It's blades on both end of the javelin would be reminiscent of that of a bolt of lightning. All along the handle of the javelin would look to be golden clouds scribed into it. That's the thing that stands out most in this armoire.
This is cool. I'll take the that robe, the black and gold, black and purple cloak out.
Yeah, there's two ponchos. You would also note that they would both have... Actually, they would have different... One of them would have two kind of scratch marks along its collar, and one would have a single scratch mark. Uncertain what that means.
I'll
Ralorn.
take. Oh,
Oh, you can take them both. That's
I'll take one, and I'll give the other one to Dacron.
okay. Ralorn. I would like an investigation check. Searching through this bed.
12.
Okay, with a 12. Barely, Ralorn. Dacron, I will say, unfortunately, you do not know the true purpose of this ritual space. It's not to any deity that you know of. That's for certain. The near draconic skull in the corner and the incense that seems almost intoxicating is odd, and placed in the bowl with around the candle looks like almost inscriptions, carvings into the bowl itself. You can almost see little smears of looks to be dried blood within it. It's been used before. Some sort of ritual for sure. None that you're familiar with, and none that you want to be party to. It's gruesome, whatever it is. But Ralorn, I'm gonna switch you guys because you're flopping. One of you guys is looking into bed. Another one's going to sleep. But Ralorn, looking through the bed, underneath the mattress and kind of underneath the bed, looking under the pillow, it would almost escape you because it is very similar color. Everything is drab in here. Like, it's not the best kept, except for the cloaks that you see Aaron pull out. But you would find a small journal, barely kept together. It's less of a journal, more of say, as you look at it, it seems to be hopes and complaints. This is Applejay's way of journaling. You do notice some burnt edges around some of the papers. Throughout it, it would discuss a couple of times subduing Silanaris during the transformation. And it would also just discuss the prospect of true control. It vaguely does, like, all that was one subject. It does touch on the hope of getting to ride a winged beast one day, instead of just a lizard. And it does kind of, there are some complaints about a person named Trenner and the way they've handled certain things. Kind of confusing as to what they're talking about when they talk about that. But that they have displayed their control. I'll put those names in here that were actually listed.
He's gonna turn around and wave the book. This got very weird and interesting writing.
Maybe I can take a look at that while you maybe take a look at this. I see that you are running low on javelins. I found this one. It looks pretty cool. I'll give him the lightning bolt javelin.
It's a dope looking javelin.
Sure, he's gonna take the javelin and give him the book.
So I get a dope looking book.
No. It's
It's
a
just a normal journal.
scrap looking book. Some burnt edges and stuff. Some pages have been burnt.
I'll just open it up and thumb through it.
Yeah. Get the same information.
This is strange. Does putting this poncho on help? You said it looked kind of like my wings. Is it like?
I just mean it
somewhat-
reminds you of your, like, the fact that it's like, it does kind of remind you of wings in a fashion. Not necessarily like your wings. They're purple cloaks, and they're just kind of cut in a way that they fall to look like wings that have been draped over someone. Like, as opposed to feathered wings. They look more like bat wings or dragon wings.
So does it fit decently
Oh, no.
over my wings?
It is not meant
No?
for someone that has wings, no. Not at all.
In that case, I'll just throw it back in the closet. Unless we want to appear to like go in as a disguise or something.
This place doesn't look big enough to blend in. If anybody's here, they probably know the faces of everybody who's supposed to be here. And neither of the 3 people we encountered had those on.
Fair enough.
They're probably more for important events. A symbol of status. Ceremonial cloaks. We've learned little, but there's more to explore.
This javelin is as he looks it up.
Are you
Don't
ready
look
to
at
move
that.
on? Merlon, I will have to ask you to lead. You are the big one today. Normally it's Arabella.
All right. He's gonna. He's gonna get out of the room and go to the other door and try to open it.
The other door would just open. It is perfectly fine. Inside the other room is not as nice. It would look like a sacrificial torture chamber. On one side of the room, a corner, is a circular round cage. Some chains and manacles set along the wall. Along the wall to the right would be a small table with cutting implements and stitching implements, and looks to be vices and different grips and different things that you would think to use on flesh. And Marlorn, you probably look at some of them as things you would use to, like, skin animals, or perhaps even in taxidermy cases. On the far side of the room is a large table, runes on it, although splattered in dried blood. The table itself is cracked and broken, old and ancient. Sitting on it, sitting up on it, like literally sitting up, erect, staring right at you as you open the door would be a looks mostly human individual, stitched together with bits of lizard skin. Half lizard bits of skin stitched along their arm, lizard skin kind of stitched along their face. You might see a long crest along the side of their face. Maybe you might even see some scales here and there that don't quite match. All of it stitched together. They clearly look dead, as they are just sitting still, looking straight up at you. Eyes blank, mouth ever so steady, and completely naked other than a single loincloth. Behind them would be what looks to be a statuesque depiction that has familiar architecture to it. That's all I'll say about that for now.
Do some
Oh yeah, I guess you want to see one.
weird.
Yeah.
There's some weird things in there. You guys want to go in that room, or
Well,
We're
this
here
is the
for-
only other room.
You would also see along the side a iron barred door to the right, next to a torch. No, there would be a torch in this room, not just a candle.
should I go in? As he turns around and looks at the other two. I feel like that thing gonna move as soon as we enter the. It's looking at us.
Looking
Well,
right at you.
that is why you are going first and not me.
Meet it halfway.
Right. As he's gonna very carefully put one step forward and go into the room.
Yeah. As you take one step forward, its head just kind of snaps over towards you to follow. And quickly, just as you expect, cracks. You would hear its bones snap and crack. And almost like this pulse of energy. Feel the static. Feel the room as it lunges towards you, Ralorn. We will roll initiative.
Thank God for advantage.
Yeah. Ralorn, you are up first. It just got a chance to stand up. That's it.
Yeah, he's gonna go right up to it and he's gonna smash it with the egg.
Yeah.
For 13.
13 hits it. The naked man.
10. Wait, is there? Yeah, for 10. And then his second attack. 21.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can get a 12. There we go for 17 points of damage.
Chopping into it for 17 points of damage. You just hear, ugh, ugh. It doesn't speak. As you see its mouth has been sewn shut.
That'll be it.
That will take us to Dacron. I would also say, Dacron, in this moment you do feel close to the Shield Guardian. Just so you know.
Sure. I will enter. Oh, I thought the room opened up a little bit more than that.
It narrows.
And I will enter. I will attack it with a Starry Wisp.
Okay.
18.
18 hits it.
11 points of radiant damage.
Take 11 points of radiant damage here. Urgh.
And then I'll get out of Aaron's way. It's kind of narrow in there.
Anything else for Dacron?
Nope, I am good where I am.
That will take it to its turn. As it surges after getting hit with the axe, getting hit with a bolt of light. It just takes its body and just... You would just, with such speed and electricity, Ralorn, slams into you, or attempts to. Hitting a 17 with its first attack.
Misses.
Keyword is attempt. And a 22 with its second attack.
Second one hits.
As you will take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Ooh, only 1 point of lightning damage. As you hear it, you feel a little bit of static tacked onto it. As it hits like a truck. Just kind of... First one hits across your armor, and then it kind of looks confused. As it blinks, you would see its lizard eyes on both eyes appear. Before they look kind of human-like, and then it blinks. Lizard eyes appear where human eyes were. And electricity would build up, and then it just smacks you across the face for 18 points of damage, which will take us to Aaron.
Will enter the room. Oh, you like his lightning, eh? And I will throw a witch bolt at it.
Okay.
Do second level. hit
18 is gonna hit.
for 20 points of lightning damage.
Yeah. As this witch bolt latches on to this creature, you just hear this "Ugh!" as its wounds stitched together with that little bit of lightning just energizes it. It is healed for 20 hit points.
That will be my turn.
That will take us to Ralorn.
Hey, I got another attack with a great axe.
Okay.
Not one for the first attack.
Yeah, as you see it, as it is energized, it just kind of gets a little bit of speed.
Second attack is going to be a 19.
19 does hit.
Or, let's see. So, 8 points of damage.
It will take 8 points of damage.
As bonus action, we're gonna second wind. For 16.
Yeah, that's a good breather. It's just a little breath.
That'll be it.
That takes us back to Dacron.
I will fill that spot now that Aaron's in the room. And continue to pepper it with starry wisps. Seems to be the play here. 15.
That works.
10 points of radiant damage.
We'll take 10 points of radiant damage.
Well, you said its mouth was sewn shut, so okay. You know, if it does it, it does it. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. That will take us to it. As face to face with Ralorn, though. Dacron did hurt it more, just barely. So it will lunge at Dacron. Lunging at Dacron. Trying to slam into you. Getting a 12 to hit Dacron.
Ooh, hey, something missed.
I know, right? As it slams, it tries to slam into you, instead kind of gets into the table of wares. Because they're there. Its second attack will get a 20 to hit you, though.
Yeah, that's plenty.
For a whopping total of a lot more. 24 points of damage, 19 bludgeoning, and 5 lightning.
Oh, I take 9 and 2.
Yes.
Take a reaction to attack him, though.
Yes.
Yeah, and that one. Again.
Oof. It's close quarters. Rylorn, you just want to be outside. In the wild, you want to be free.
Yeah.
This isn't a cave. This is too... That will take us to Aaron. Close the distance now.
Yeah, he did. All right, I will flick the rapier forward and cast a Burning Hands. First level.
Okay.
Yay, 10 points of fire damage.
It got an 11.
That's a failure. Takes the full...
It will take 10 points of fire damage. As the fire lights up, its eyes light up as well. You can see that it does not like that. It isn't hurt anymore by it, but it is frightened.
And my bonus action, I'll deal 3 points of lightning damage.
It'll heal for 3 points.
And that'll be my turn.
It's confused. That will take us to Ralorn.
Right. First attack. I don't know why it's a... Oh, I rolled 2 times. So 18 and 18.
They will both hit.
Let's see, the first one is going to be... Okay, so again, it rolled 2 times. So we're going to take the 13.
Reroll that 7.
And...
Did you roll the damage from the character sheet?
no, from the...
Interesting.
So they take 8 because it's a 2 that turns into a 3.
Absolutely. So for 21 points of damage total, as I'm gonna call that guy bloodied, as its eyes are frightened by the fire, but you start to see it look around desperately. Anything else for round 1?
That'll be it.
That takes us to Dacron.
I've been fighting with Ralwyn enough to notice. I'm gonna walk away.
It will reach out to grab you. As it tries to slam into you. Getting a 23 to hit Dacron.
That will hit.
Alright, so again, I'm gonna use a reaction.
11 bludgeoning and 8 lightning damage. So 5 and 4.
Hopefully we can hit it with this reaction this time.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Actually, it might miss because it does have currently. No, it definitely hit.
Definitely it. Okay, so let's see if this reaction can hit him. 15, so 23.
Oh yeah.
For 8 points of damage.
It will take 8. Resume your turn, Dacron.
Blast it. 22 to hit.
Sir.
You said it was bloodied, so I will overcharge this. 23 points of radiant damage.
That's what I call music. And they stopped making those about 23 years ago. Anything else for Dacron? As this thing is looking... Actually, you know what? Dacron, roll me a d6 for funsies.
4.
All right.
The Shield Guardian will heal 5. I'm going to get around the corner just to say I'm around the corner, but that is it for me.
The creature will then move. Decisions. Creature will lunge after Dacron.
Isn't it speed 0? Oh, no, it's his turn.
Why would his speed be 0?
No, but that's for if he provokes an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. No, for the Sentinel, yeah, it's only if provokes, if he
It's
moves.
a new turn, so.
Oh, yeah. And it will lunge at Dacron. Dacron, you did some damage to it. Getting a 20 with its first attack.
Yep.
For 13 bludgeoning, 5 lightning for, so 6 and 2.
And 2 is 8.
And, oh, I accidentally rolled the damage first for the second. Quit it. I'm just rolling a bunch of damage. I'll take the first damage, sorry. The second attack will get it misses, so it doesn't matter. Actually,
Okay.
you know what? Roll it back. I'm gonna roll it back real quick. Because I forgot something. It's still scared of the fire in this moment, so actually you might get those hit points back. Yeah, it misses you entirely. Give yourself those hit points back.
Cool.
As it misses you entirely, since it is in this frightened panic state, scared of the fire. That'll end its turn, taking us to Aaron.
Aaron will strike out with the rapier. $14 to hit.
14 hits.
10 points of damage.
That's not bad for a rapier.
I will use a mind sliver.
Okay.
Intelligence 15.
Yes. It got a 9.
Take 7 points of psychic damage.
Once again, just...
And then 1 point of lightning damage.
As it heals for 1. I would say you do know you're healing it every time. You don't have to.
And that will be my turn.
As it's starting to feel a little bit better. That will take us back to Relorn.
All right, he's gonna move right at the door and hit him. $20
Oh, yeah.
for 14,
Oh,
and a second attack 24 for 14, or let's see if we can get higher than that. There's 17 points of damage.
yeah. As what does it look like as you end this mostly human, half lizard, draconic, whatever creature's existence?
He would cut the arm, whatever, if he's got any limbs.
Yeah, he's
cut
got
the
limbs. Yeah,
and-
he's got limbs.
He cut the upper limbs, and then as it's probably like looking at them and figuring out what the fuck is going on, you just cut his head into, just
Yep.
go down, straight down,
Yeah.
and cut his entire body in death.
As you do cut into this, electricity kind of sputters out around it, and it just drops to the ground. The static in the air dies down. It's just, "Urgh."
Do I have any interest in eating its heart?
No, it doesn't have one.
The hell was that thing?
Some kind of experiment.
Sick experiment.
Maybe there's a ledger in this room, and we can figure out what they were. I mean, here's whatever they were trying. They were somewhat successful, though I imagine they wanted the conscience of the original host. Just the draconic features.
I would say now that the creature is no longer here to impose its form, you would recognize the statue in the back as similar to things you've seen in both Lithgantos's library, loosely in Damara's. But a little bit looks like an imitation of what you saw in some of the Netherese tower. not exact, definitely an imitation, but it's broken. Doesn't have the same luster. Appears to be a depiction of an old wizard. It seems to be cleaner than the rest of the room too.
It still holds some magical properties, but no, this.
Actually, I'll say that it depicts a person cloaked in shadow, wearing a crown. You can make out that much.
And a shadow individual.
This slab here was like an operating table.
Yeah,
And they
that's
were
essentially what it was using
adding-
for. As an operating table is what it looks like.
And they're adding dragon parts to the dude.
It looks like more like lizard-ish parts, but kind of almost dragon-ish parts. Parts of it does remind you of the half dragon, but not as neat, not as fluid, not as natural. This was clearly a dead person or two dead people stitched together with parts of literally lizards or drakes and other bits, and given semblance of life. How is uncertain.
Oh, indeed.
Okay, so it wasn't even alive.
I would say you can give
How is
me an
that?
Arcana check on that.
21.
It's somewhere crossing the lines between necromancy and a construct. It is blurring the lines of that. It's because it was using bodies. It's a version of a flesh golem. You've heard of such creatures before. This one is a little more grotesque because it uses parts of lizards. You've heard of other beasts, but lizards is an odd one. It's an odd choice.
It is interesting. So, you build this better body and then you animate it, and it is a bit stronger. Interesting.
And there would be an iron bar door here, leading into a room that you can see into pretty easily. A square room with what looks to be a square pit in the center, framed by 4 statues, gargoyle-esque statues. So with your in dark vision, you can kind of make out what looks to be a chest on the other side. Kind of a large chest. Wood and iron.
While they mess with the door, can I take some time and look at the oddly clean statue in the back? And any symbols or anything that might
Sure.
take note if they come up again?
Give me a history check.
History. It's me. How about a 10?
That's it's not ringing a bell. It's not ringing a bell. I'm sorry. But maybe take note of a shadowed figure with a crown on. It's not nothing on its own. Doesn't automatically ring bells. But while Dacron's inspecting that, Rello and Aaron, what are you doing?
I would look at the door. Does it appear to be locked, or can he just push it open?
You can push it open.
And he's gonna do that.
Easy breezy.
And let's see.
Yeah, and there is it's going to be a walkway around. I wouldn't say a walkway, even like it's just the center of the room is a square pit, a drop. There'd be a slight divot or railing around the chamber, around the pit, and in the corners would be those gargoyle-like creatures or statues. They look similar to, I would say the wings would remind you of the cloaks that Aaron found. The heads would remind you of the skull in the room. Very draconic features. They're not unlike the half-dragon that you battled at the church. Although they have wings. Very muscular, scaled depictions of half-draconic forms. Although also half-skeletal at the same time. Look as if they could come alive at any moment. Very realistic looking.
Yeah, not wanting to go right away.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take the javelin and use it as a poking stick to see if it's safe to step on those stones in front of them.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. Check those stones. Use that jav. Using that brand new javelin. One of your old shit.
That's the only one he's got left.
Oh boy. Using your brand new javelin as a poker. Yeah, give me an investigation.
Investigation. 7.
Yeah, those are definitely tiles. There's a bit of blood on that front one, but it doesn't move when you press down on it. The statues don't move when you poke down. Nothing moved when you open the door. It is eerie.
Oh, like again, it's just gonna make one tiny step in, very carefully.
Yeah. You take
Inside
a step
the
in.
room.
It's as if the air inside gets a little thinner. But it's okay. That's fine. It's just dark in here. You can also tell that it's a good ways down.
All right. Does he actually have a dark? Yeah, we're gonna take a torch out.
Okay.
It's dark in here.
You take a torch out.
All right, he's gonna move around.
Way too bright. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. That's very bright.
Ruin the thematics here, okay? There, that's cool looking.
There you go.
You still can't see below. I mean, you can see with your dark visions. It's probably some 40-ish feet down. 45.
He's gonna slowly make his way around. Wait, I'm open. I suppose, with Aaron but behind him.
Yeah. The iron bar would kind of creak every now and then. It's definitely not set on there steady. It's probably been used a lot.
I'll hop over the railing and go down into the pit a little bit and just kind of see what's down there.
Cool. You go down into the pit?
Just a little bit. But yeah.
Dakron, where are you in this moment?
If he just first did it, I'm still at the statue.
Okay. As you go down, give me a perception check.
$11.
Okay. As you go down, Ralorn, you would probably see it first. Aaron right above you. As you go maybe 5, 7 feet down, whatever. Above you, between you and the room above, a heavy iron grate would, like, bars from every side, bars from the left, bars from the right, bars from the north, bars from the south, would cross over top of you, locking you in.
It was unfortunate.
As soon as that happens, Roland's gonna yell, "Dakron, we got a problem here."
As you yell, Dakron, you've got a problem here. And you find yourself below the bars, and there's some 35 feet down into the darkness below. Ralorn, there's a nice looking chest up there, at least. The gargoyles did not spring to life yet. That's where we're going to take a little 5-10 minute break, though. So, stay tuned, folks. Stick around. We'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, folks, we're back. Last we left off, our troop was delving below after an encounter with a warped lizard-skinned flesh golem. I found a pit going down. Aaron decided to use his wings for good reconnaissance and floated down to a pit to see what was down there. Not getting very far, though, because above him, bars formed a grate above to close him in. As Ralorn called for Dacron to quickly. There's a problem. Aaron, realizing it's a little bit darker now. 40 feet down. Darkness below. And that's where we picked up. That's where we left off. That's where we'll pick up. So, nothing else happened. Nothing else. No, the gargoyles in the room did not animate. There was no other effect. It was literally just Aaron flew down. Along the ledge, bars closed him in. That's it. So, what are you guys up to?
Just flying, hovering underneath the bars. I can still see above, or not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, you can see up there. Yeah, and they're bars. They're great.
So I can
That's
see
great.
background and
Yeah, yeah. I'd say there's like maybe, I don't know, 2-3 inch squares of space that you can see between. It's not, you can stick a few fingers between the bars. Not crazy. A mouse could probably squeeze between there.
That's a lot of bars.
Mm-hmm. It is. To be fair, they came from both sides.
It's layered.
Layers, yes. Like nachos.
There's probably a lever either up here or at the bottom of the pit.
But I did not want to go all the way down to the bottom of the pit. I just wanted to be, up here a little bit.
Well, this is a dead end, so either we're done or we go to the bottom of the pit.
Okay.
But I don't know how the rest of us get to the bottom of the pit.
I will look down there.
We'll look around up here to see if there's anything on these gargoyles that might activate to retract these cross beams. This lattice work.
I will slowly start to descend to give them time to try and find some stuff before I get to the bottom.
Looking around on the gargoyles is what Adakron is doing. Ralorn, what are you doing? He's muted, but he's pointing.
Okay, sorry. If the chest is real or if it's maybe hiding in some like
The chest is
the
real.
switch or something?
It's really there.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's like if it's not just hiding the switch or being the switch itself.
What do you mean, like behind the chest or
Behind the chest or inside the chest?
inside the
maybe
chest? Are you
switch
wanting
is in
to
there.
open the chest?
At first, as you try to move the chest, see if it's behind it. If it's not, that's yes, you would have opened the chest or try to.
Okay. Let's go with Dacron first. Dacron, give me an investigation check.
Here we go. 10.
Okay. So, Relorn, the chest is stuck there. It will not move. There is nothing behind it. You do not see a lock on it. There is a nice latch. It's a heavy chest. It's a big chest. It's sizable. It's a big footlocker. Classic round top chest. A little one of those rings, pull rings at the front of it. But it doesn't appear to be no like padlock on it or anything like that. No keyhole. You want to just open up the chest?
Yeah, you would pull the crowbar and just open it with a crowbar in the sense that just lift it, the crowbar, not touching it with its ends.
Absolutely. Aaron. As you delve down, it's only 40 feet down. It doesn't take you too long to descend. As you do descend, though, you do start to get that acrid smell of must, of iron, slight scent of decay. At the bottom, you would see a lot of large growths of like liverwort plants growing around columns, and 4 columns around the bottom. Should probably be open around the 20 feet high. Small clusters of egg-like mushrooms and other stretches of, say, almost like a fungus-like moss along one wall and the floor. But what sticks out the most is going to be the blood on the floor. Splattered. Lots of splatters of blood. Stretched across the columns themselves, stretched across the bottom of the floor. A little bit on the walls. There are stairs descending. Wide stairs. Descending down, where you see light. The blood looks to trail down there slightly. You can hear water. You see water. Get the faint scent of smoke.
I'm gonna look around the columns and see in the walls and see if there's a lever or switch.
There is not one.
I'll fly back up to the top.
We'll
Says
at that
bit of
point,
blood.
as you start to fly back up, Rylorn, Dacron, I would like for you each to give me strength saving throws.
5.
Okay. Aaron, you see for a brief moment as you're starting to fly back up, the grate opens. As from the gargoyles' mouths, great gusts of wind would pour out as Rylorn opens the chest. As you would see a flash of light as he opens it with the crowbar. opens easily enough. The grate opens. Wind pours into the room and pushes both Ralorn and Dacron into the center, essentially creating 4 walls of wind, or gusts of wind, off to the side, pushing you into the center. And then the grate closes once more as soon as you start falling 40 feet down. Aaron, you start to see them falling.
Oh no. If only they had wings.
Aaron, would you like to do anything about them falling? I mean, you know Ralorn's going to drop like a ton of bricks, but
And I'll fly up and I'll grab Dacron. Slow Dacron's fall.
give me an athletics check.
Eight.
Okay. Yes, you will slow Dacron's fall. Hey, not too bad. Old garbage. Dacron and Aaron, you each take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and Ralorn, you take 8. That's a type of fall that would kill a normal person. But you would all fall down. Say, Ralorn, at this point, you would probably lose your... Well, you can keep your torch if you want. But you do see light below.
How far down did we fall?
40 feet.
Underneath, so
80 feet away currently.
I'm about to drop the torch as he fell down.
Oh, that's pretty dark.
So, yeah, so he probably would have definitely go out on the way down.
It hisses. But you do see light down these stairs. As you would also see water. Looks to be some sort of torch work. Flickering flames. The stones down here seem more covered in, I don't want to say slime, but slime.
gross.
There is a sweet smell in the air, though, even though there is that, I don't want to say intoxicating smell, but almost an intoxicating smell in the air. Similar to what you smelled, Dacron, and the incense previously. Stonework down here does seem old.
I'll quietly and slowly creep down the stairs.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
$17.
Good. What's everyone else doing? Following suit?
Yeah, he would follow suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all sneaking as well?
Might as
Okay.
well try.
Yeah, give it a try. Give it a
At least in
whirl.
the straight roll.
Yeah,
9.
that's that's not bad. Not bad at all. As you head down, I would like for everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw. This is against poison, if that matters.
24.
Natural one.
Aaron makes it to the middle of the steps and passes out. Aaron, you have the poisoning condition for the next hour. As he's creeping, you get the smell of something fills your nostrils and then just fall face first onto the stairs.
Yeah, I guess that's where they're shot. I will help Aaron up. And I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration to cure his poison.
Aaron's no longer poisoned. Takes a brief moment, but that was the best rest you've gotten in a long time, Aaron.
Conscious again.
I do not know what
Yeah,
we're
you're
walking
fine.
into.
And you're no longer poisoned. Actually, I'd say if he intends to wake you up too, he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't have to, if he's just like actually asleep, where I can just wake him up. Because he didn't go to unconscious. Like,
He was both poisoned and unconscious.
sure, but he's not
No longer
like he was
either.
a couple of days ago whenever that ghost yelled at us.
Correct. Correct indeed. But you were quiet about it, Aaron. You're just like, oh no, and go for it. Yeah, with a little lesser restoration, feel pretty good. A lot of restoration.
Hopefully that lasts for a while. Because the air down here does not smell very good. I'll continue down the stairs.
Continuing down, you would see a door across the way. There appears to be a large pool of greenish water, some broken stone within. In the center of this walkway, you do have to step into water, which is about 2 or so feet deep in order to walk in here. The ceiling in here would be probably 20 feet high. Well, I'd say 15 feet high. Large, looks to be almost tribal, like braziers depicting almost draconic forms of outstretched wings or draconic skulls with fires atop them have been constructed of bits of wood, most haphazardly, but they're there. In the center is a table that looks to have been some sort of sacrifice or some such, which sits a small cup of or bowl of incense where some does burn. Wood and other debris drifts in the water. Across the way are some stairs leading up to another door.
The water is on the entire floor, not just over here.
This is deep water. This is 2-foot water. So you have to walk on it if you're walking along this is the walkway to walk across. It's just, it's been drowned down here essentially. You would see lots of algae clinging to the stonework along the walls and along the kind of drifting, and as if there's some sort of flow below the water too.
Mm.
Seems there's a crack in the foundation. The river has flown in under the tower.
It was intentional.
What does this structure over here look like? It's broken, but
Broken
what
bits
is
of
it?
wood. It's uncertain what it once was. I would say it was probably prior constructions of these sort of things. Previous construction stuff. It's just now become kind of piled there. There's probably some stuff underneath it as well. And it's just drifting there. Some of it is waterlogged, half rotten. But it is there.
I will fly across the room.
Yeah. As you get, probably as soon as you leave take one step in the water and leave the water, what you didn't see before would probably see now is a large, massive serpentine form appear beneath the water, somewhat above the water. You can get a little bit of ways. She's not gonna rudely interrupt you. You're mid-flight, whatever. It's fine. Looks like almost fin-like wings, helping her. Well, them. You don't necessarily know. It's a she. Drift along. Serpentine-like draconic form.
Oh.
Voice would start to. You would see the eyes as they lift up, almost crocodilian. And then the voice. They do know I like elves. Who and something else. One of you is a little more special. Or at least they think they are. And slowly just kind of drift a little bit. To see or come to beg?
We came to stop some cultists. It seems they were worshipping you.
I came to stop those who care about me. In essence, you came to try to stop me. You would see a big, toothy grin across this creature's face as its neck sticks up out of the water. Do you think you can stop me? I'm going to ascend.
Send to what? There's some bars blocking the way out up there. You are much too big.
Beyond the veil. What are your qualms with this cult of mortals?
They did try to kill us.
That matters not. So, I will take it you will came to beg. I would like to hear your best impression of begging, though I know it is not in your blood's nature. Perhaps a little performance. I know you do like to lie.
Do one of you? Would one of you like to go first? Because I do not plan on participating with begging.
I don't either, but
I don't believe you have an option. You are, after all, down here with me.
And I pull my rapier out. I think you are the one on misunderstanding. You are down here with us.
So we're doing that. Are you sure you want to do that?
Orlo would definitely like go and just lower his Aaron's rapier. I don't need to come to that. I'm pretty sure we can talk something out.
I'm gonna say Ralorn, give me a persuasion check.
16.
It would seem that you should listen to your betters before you lose your head too soon. We haven't had fun yet.
So, what exactly would it take for us to pass unarmed?
I never said you could, and I never said it would be a possibility. But there is a chance at prolonging your short mortal lives. A bit of entertainment. You could perhaps live longer than the others. Elven blood does taste the sweetest. It is my favorite, after all. Cass, you have been gifted to me. As your companion has said, the way out is barred.
So there's no way out at all. We wouldn't be able to talk you into leaving us leave, and we bring you more people.
More people for what purpose?
I mean, didn't you say you want to eat us? If you let us leave, maybe we can help you feed.
I don't need help feeding. They tend to come to me. We'll say above table. The dragon's not going to tell you the answer to this problem.
Oh no, he definitely not. But
Okay.
Ronald is not the smartest of the group. He's trying to just not get attacked, not start a fight right now. That's all he's trying to do to stall it as much as he can.
Yeah.
And as he does that, he's just gonna give a look to Dacron, like, can you help me here? Can you do something?
No, and I don't know what he wants. Doesn't sound like he wants anything. Our options are die or die slowly.
I can make it painless. There are ways of service. I'm told bodies can be reborn in a manner.
I hate to say this, Aaron. I think the orb could help us here.
I'll pull out the sunstone. We were under the impression that these cultists were looking for this.
What would they be after such a shiny bauble for?
I'm not 100% sure what they intended to do with it, as they were unable to find it after all.
And you
US.
intended to give it to them?
Oh, absolutely not.
Such honesty is indeed rare amongst your kind.
But if this is what they were looking for, does that mean this is what you are looking for?
I'm looking for immortality. A way to rise above death itself. And they have assured me a way forward. If you can give me no less, and I see no reason to keep you.
And you think you should trust them in being able to give you mortality?
Are you saying I shouldn't?
No. But I'm saying, did they show you anything that makes you believe that wise creature as yourself, beyond any doubt, thinks that they can help you?
I could crush them should they fail. We've had no evidence that they were lying. They seemed assured that the body will be stronger beyond death. I have heard of this transformation many times over. It is rare and powerful and everlasting. She'll slither a little closer. Yeah, maybe
Right.
get like right there. Just to kind of get a better look at you. Almost like a cobra. Her head rises up. Like somewhere between a cobra and a crocodile-like head meeting you. Although it is much higher than you. And what makes you think they wouldn't do as they've said?
If they are part of a bigger group that we know of, they are usually lying to get what they want.
They've claimed that they are part of a cult that worships dragons and want them to rule. Want them to become better forms of themselves.
But again, from stories I have heard, dragons are to be as wise as stories portrays them. Wouldn't you be able to do that by yourself? Wouldn't you? If you really wanted to?
Haven't you ever heard of more? I do not think any at least in my knowledge, history of my kind has performed the rite by themselves to become a Dracolich.
I don't know much about that. I'm just not much of an historian.
That's what they were trying to do. They were a long way away from that.
Besides, I do not think that they or anyone could contain Silinaris, the serpent beneath the bridge. Well, do you have anything else to say? Or are you just going to stand there? If there's one thing I do not appreciate, it is boring. That leads me to sleep. And I can do that by myself.
Right. I'm just gonna look at the other two like, you guys got anything?
have no idea.
Feel like there's only one way out.
We don't even know if that is a way out.
Talk about this situation. I'm filling out of this cave.
You can definitely see her patience is
Yeah.
at its thinnest.
Should we?
Yes, if you are all done speaking your little words. I wasn't even hungry. It's a shame.
If you're hungry, why can't we just go through?
The big, toothy grin. You can see she inhales, and that big kind of almost like, you know how kind of some lizards or frogs, that throat kind of gorges. That would occur. Because I don't let ants slip by. I know that they can cause problems later. And I don't want problems later. And we're on initiative.
Right.
She didn't get
Well, wait, roll. They didn't really roll that bad.
Yeah.
I was expecting her to roll a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
Guess not.
Rolled really bad. But I will say, as we roll initiative, will probably be a good spot to end tonight. A good bit early, a little bit early. But I know how these things can go. It could go pretty quick. It could go the dragon, after all. And Silinaris is not one to be trifled with. But it will be a doozy. Either way, I do think that will be the best spot to end tonight. Like I said, a little bit early, but we will pick up there. As Ralorn at the top of the round. As you are in Silinaris' lair. So, Thank you so much for watching, folks. And we will see you next time for more Dawn of the Dales. Night, Internet.
Later, internet.